Everybody, it's me, the Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. I'm here at the Knitting Fever booth at H&H with my dear friend Jeff Deneke.
Hey everybody.
And we're going to be talking today about the new Flight needles by Lykke. I am so excited about these new needles because I've been waiting for a great stainless steel needle to come out, and I think we finally got one. So Jeff, tell us all about them.
Well, here we have display boards that we created out of our new Flight needles. Unlike the other steel needles on the market, these are made of a higher grade of steel, 316L, which is typically used for marine environments. So they're erosion resistant, even in like saltwater conditions and sun conditions.
So if I'm a boater, I can take them out with me.
Yeah, you can take them on the beach, exactly. Take them on your boat.
That's cool.
And the L grade is actually the most hypoallergenic because all steel, believe it or not, has some nickel in it, all grades of steel. But this is the most hypoallergenic steel on the market. For some that have mild nickel allergies, they wouldn't have a problem with this. Someone with severe should still check and be careful. But
so now I see different size sets. What are we looking at?
So on this side we have our 5-inch, and starting here is what we call our minis. So this is for your lace weight knitting, your sock knitting. These go from US 0 up to US 2.5, I believe. And these have little mini cords that go with them. They're braided stainless steel, so they're kink resistant. And it comes in 3 different color cases. Then here we have the bulky version on the other end of the spectrum. So for those that like bulky quick knits, for chunky hats and scarves, things like that, this is your bulky 5-inch set. And here we have the standard set. So this is sort of our normal range, starting from a US 3 up until a US 10 needle, so the middle of the spectrum. You can see our steel, it has a much more white sheen to it than the other steels. That's from the different mix of metals in this. It's a really fantastic product.
Do we have a needle that's sitting loose somewhere that I can...
I do, right over here.
Cool, that I wanted to show them, especially under the light.
You can knit with it a little bit if you like.
So these are, yes, I haven't had the chance to, I haven't had an opportunity to knit with them yet.
This is Jody Long's new yarn, Whisper, by the way.
We can whisper that. Okay. So I'll get down to the end of a row here. Whoa, there's a stitch, listen. Well, this is going to take my knitting skills to test too. There we go. So I just picked up a stitch with a steel needle, which is not always easy for me. And they move the yarn moves very nicely on the needle without being slippery that it's going to slide right off. That's what I'm seeing. One of the challenges that I have with metal needles is that the yarn slides right off the needle. But with this, I'm not having that issue. This yarn is not the easiest to pull through, but this
I don't know if you can notice zoomed in on it, but these are actually the sharpest tips on the market.
These
are sharper, I won't mention their name, but sharper than other folks.
Sharper than the other sharper?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No, these are
And that's
great.
from the taper. So if I take one that doesn't have yarn on it so you can look more closely, there's a different taper on these needles, a slightly bigger angle, so it leads to a much sharper tip. Because we know that folks that like to use metal needles tend to like to knit quickly and have that sharp tip. As opposed to the people that prefer wood that like a blunter tip and like to be able to take it a little slower and more easy.
So now we have other size kits there as well, am I right?
Yeah, on this side you have the 3.5-inch tips for those that like the smaller tips, maybe for kids projects and things like that.
Yep.
And on this side we have the mini set, also starting US 0. You can see they're very, very fine needles for fine needlework. If you're doing, intarsia and things like that.
So these go from 0?
0 up to
4, is it?
2.5, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do they also have a starter, like those smaller starter sets that recently came out in the wood needles, or?
No, because in a sense with these, here's the standard one. In the past, the sets were a big range from
Right.
US 3 to like 17,
Right, right.
So here, instead of having a starter set, we already broke them down
Cool.
into smaller sets. So
Got it.
for those that like the smaller sizes, there's a set for them.
Right.
For those that like the mid-range, there's a set for them. For those that like the bulky size needles,
what a great
there's
idea.
a set for them. People that want both can buy,
Right,
you know,
right.
mix
The
and
two.
match.
Right. Yes, that's a great idea.
The other good thing is these cords are our new development. They're interchangeable with all our other sets. So if you buy a flight set, you can use these cords if you love them with your driftwood needles, with your blush needles. They'll interchange perfectly.
And the flight needles will also be sold individually as
Yes.
interchangeable, interchangeable needles, right?
The tips,
Yeah,
yes.
the tips.
And right now we're planning on, this is, not out there yet news, but breaking news on Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl.
Nobody else is going to know.
Breaking news. We're going to hopefully be launching thick circulars by October-ish for the spring, as long as we get this all into production fast enough. So.
Right. So when are these expected?
Right now, I was pushing them to get the first shipment in by June.
Wow.
So I'm hoping we can keep to that timetable. So first shipment by June, and then a follow-up shipment by July, August, because we ordered quite a bit because we had big sales in Germany. There was a big reaction to them, and here in the States as well.
Yeah.
Especially since these needles are made in Nepal, just like our wood needles. So they avoid all of the tariff issues that are going on out there as well.
Oh, that's good to know.
So their cost is below everyone else, and a lot of people's costs are going up due to the tariffs. Ours remain super competitive and well priced and affordable for the consumer.